In addition to showing you 2 great autumn walks that your dogs will love, I'm also going to introduce you to my new rescue dog, Danny. I hope you'll enjoy following his journey in his new home, where, with the support of my fabulous boy Bailey, he learns how to trust humans and discovers his inner spaniel. 2 walks that have been ideal for Danny have been a walk alongside Weethley Woods in Warwickshire and a woodland walk in Leicestershire. We're going to start with this out and back walk in Weethley in Warwickshire, which is just over 2 miles in total, and as you can see is filmed on a rather overcast autumn morning. So to our right is Weethley Woods, which for a spaniel is very exciting. And this footpath runs along the edge of it. Apologies if the camera work gets a bit shaky, but I am being towed by Danny, who obviously can't be let off the lead line yet. So he's on this long line, which gives him a chance to run about after Bailey. Bailey, that's a bit big even for you. So this is only a short walk because of bringing the new boy Danny out with us this morning, but it's a really lovely walk up and around Weethley Woods. Absolutely perfect if you just want a short walk when you're out in the area, and I'll put plenty of links to where to park and what else you can do while you're around here. It's definitely a good walk for dogs. Apart from crossing the road from the lay-by where we parked, there's no road work and there's no livestock. It's all arable to one side and then the woodlands on the other. Whoop. Danny's quite frustrated that he can't run free like Bailey does, but he doesn't have any recall yet. So for Danny, this is only his 3rd time I've taken him out in the car to somewhere away from the lane and fields next to the house. Danny's backstory is quite sad. He came from a rescue, so a big shout out to Almost Home Rescue in North Wales. I'll put a link to their website in the description because they have done an amazing job rehabilitating and finding new homes for a group of Sprocker Spaniels. So that's Cocker Spaniel Cross Springer. As you can see, Danny is more Cocker than Springer. But they rescued from a very sad situation. Until they got him, well, any of them, they hadn't seen grass, they hadn't been out on walks, they hadn't really known human love and companionship. So he's still very nervous, but Bailey is doing a brilliant job of mentoring him and showing him the world. And he's absolutely loving going on walks. And it'll definitely start to bring him out of himself. And as I said, this is an ideal walk. He's never seen livestock yet, but we don't have to worry about it on this walk because it's good footpaths. Most of the year it's not particularly muddy. Obviously in winter there's the odd patch that gets a bit wet underfoot. It's definitely one I'd recommend if you're in the Warwickshire or even the Worcestershire area because it's fairly easy to get to. So to make sure that this isn't a straight linear, out and back walk, we can do quite a nice loop. You probably can't see the... Oh, let me just untangle myself. What are you doing, mate? There is a footpath post just up there which will direct us across the field, and we can come back along the ditch and then we'll head back around the edge of the woods and where we were going before. So we've walked on a bit further, and this is a junction of footpaths. We're going to go left and across the field. The boys want to go into the woods, obviously. No, not that way, boys. Or you can keep going in the direction we were in. We're going to head this way and walk down to the ditch. That's not helpful. Bailey, move. Bailey, move. So there are various wildlife tracks around here. Obviously plenty of dog tracks too. So we're going to carry on up this way. Absolute mud magnets. Do not get a spaniel if you're worried about mud. As you can see, nobody else out on a Monday morning. Just me and the boys. It's the most beautiful time of year to come out and walk. I mean, every time of year is beautiful to walk, but when it's autumn and the leaves are turning and you need to get away from work and computer screens and hustle and bustle of life, even if you haven't got a dog, definitely get out, take a walk. We keep trying to advise every week different walks you can do, even if you haven't got a dog. You know, get out in the countryside or even a park in town. I mean, there's some fabulous parks in our towns and cities in the UK. And if you're not able to get out and walk for whatever reason, then hopefully you enjoy following our walks. And we'll show you some lovely countryside, see what the dogs are up to, who are also enjoying it, and show you some routes. If you ever get to this part of the UK, you could try out some of our routes as well. So this is the last bit of the walk now. You can see the road up there. That's where the lay-by is. So that's the only road that you've got to cross just to get back to where the car's parked. If you can hear, it's a reasonably busy road. Only a B road, but still gets a bit of traffic, particularly at rush hour on a Monday morning.
Swithland Wood is an ancient oak woodland in Leicestershire that was purchased by Leicester Rotary Club in 1925 to preserve the wood's rich wildlife and stop timber removal. There are a number of different pay and display car parks where you can start your walk from. The woods were gifted to the Bradgate Park Trust in 1931 to allow public use. In addition to oak, there are birch, alder and lime trees which support a rich variety of butterflies, moths and birds. Apparently spring is a great time of year to visit due to the carpets of wildflowers, but seeing the woods in their autumnal glory is pretty special too. There are a great network of paths throughout the woods which we are going to explore.
So we are walking today in Swithland Wood, which is in Leicestershire, not that far from Melton Mowbray. Had a bit of a day out with the boys, going to a site visit for work, and on the way home we are stopping to walk here. It's really good for walking the dogs. I mean, as you can imagine with spaniels, all the smells and sounds from being in the woods is absolutely perfect. Oh, I'm still getting pulled along by Danny. There are a number of different routes around the woods. They're all marked. We are doing the red route, which is the slightly longer one. I'll see the exact mileage when we're finished. But it's quite safe and secure. There is some wildlife, so if you need to, put the dog on the lead if they haven't got good recall.
But so far, we're really enjoying it. So, we need to turn right, because we're on the red route, rejoining the blue route. So this plaque shows you a little bit of the history of the woods. Going to be photobombed. You can see it was secured as a National Heritage Site by the Rotary Club of Leicester in the early 30s. And what a thing for the people of this county to have, to be able to walk and have access to. You could probably make up all sorts of routes walking through these woods. There's all sort of paths going off, there's some bridle paths that cut through it. So although we're following a prescribed route, I think if you had plenty of time on your hands you could make up all sorts of routes. Mud, always mud. You're not brave enough to go in yet, are you, Danny? Good boy.
We only walked round the southern part of the woods, but there are 170 acres in total, plus the adjoining Bradgate Park to explore. The woods are easy to find off the B5330 between Cropston and Weethley in Leicestershire. Next time we're going to undertake the Heart of England Way long distance trail. If you'd like to learn more about this 100-mile route through the Midlands, why not hit subscribe?